Well, clean up on aisle 6. I'll get someone to take care of it. This is what happens when they don't give me my own cup.
What?
I was just reading that title of that video. You want to see my ball sack?
I feel like we've done this a million times.
Right?
Do you take a lot of trips?
You just use our same footage. Cassie's gonna be like, I'm saying I want to go skiing. And then she'll be like, and she'll be like, wind.
Why are you wanting? You're gonna look really weird on camera.
I just wanted to drink a coffee, man. Doesn't make me a bad person.
Main focus lately has been trying to make it feasible for us to leave, meaning like in March when we're ready to move up there we can pull out. So the bulk of the next month is going to be spent finalizing processes, making sure management's in place and everybody knows what they need to do.
Yeah, it will never be feasible. We're just gonna leave.
The girls, same thing for them. The sign shop's going to be coming with us as of this moment. So we won't have to find somebody to cover that. We will have to find somebody to replace Kendra.
Quentin looks bored.
To handle deliveries and inventory management for BW here on the Florida side of things.
What is he doing?
Quentin, not entirely sure what his next month is going to look like. I don't know if Quentin knows what his next month is going to look like.
I'm like a free agent right now. It's very weird.
His job has been taken over, so he's been helping Dad. He's helping Dad for the next couple weeks to get him ready to leave. And then honestly, he'll probably just be working on stuff either around the shop as far as getting things finalized that we don't get done before Dad leaves. And then he'll probably just help Pete out as needed with the rental company. Because he won't have much involvement in that starting next year.
What is his deal?
Should be interesting, we are driving.
I'm not even listening to what she's saying. I'm just watching Quentin.
Should be interesting, we are driving up there again this winter and we are pulling a trailer. So that should be somewhat interesting to see how that all goes.
Nope.
I shouldn't say we, that's all Quentin. As far as the trip goes, don't really have an itinerary. I'm sure we will go
skiing. Had to put that in there.
I'm sure you did.
No, I don't know about that. I'm too fat to ski and nobody else wants to.
Dad is like the rest of us. He's kind of like, he wouldn't say it, but he's kind of over skiing too.
I'm not over ski. Okay, now listen, Cassie, that's not true. I want to go ski. We're going to ski every year until I break a hip or something. But I gotta lose weight because I don't like skiing fat. That is not fun. That it's just not fun, and it's not fair, Steffi, for you to say that. That's rude.
But because Cassie doesn't have a buddy and she loves it so much, he does it for her. The rest of us never really picked it up that well.
I don't think I'll ski another day in my life.
They are all a bunch of wimpy losers, man.
Quentin not included because he refuses to go skiing.
What you did was not considered skiing.
I have skis. I have gear that we purchased.
Are you actually going to utilize it?
I will give it another effort, yes.
Okay.
I will believe that you will give it another effort when I see it. Because you didn't give it a first effort.
Nico will be able to get that on camera for you. Really want to get ice skates on him because supposedly there's a place to go ice skating. And
He wants people to wear his freaking chest mounts that nobody will wear.
I wore the chest mount last time, but the problem is I look at my skis the whole time because I don't know what I'm doing, so you just get seen of the ground. Cassie's a better person. She did it one time and she got better shots. Or Dad did it too.
I wonder if it's going to be a good mountain.
I'm sure it is.
I might try
snowboarding.
Snowmobiling, yeah.
Snowboarding.
Snowboarding. She doesn't like
snowmobiling.
It's too cold. It's just painful.
They're all moving to Montana, right?
You gotta wear the gear. I wear the gear and like 20 minutes later my whole calf and foot.
What are you gonna do when it gets cold and you're in Montana?
I won't be skiing.
I'm still baffled. They all say they want to go. They still want to go. Me, I'm just like, I'm looking forward so much to the snow. I want it. I want to go outside. I don't really want the cold wind, but I'll deal with that because I want the rest of it. She's just like, I'm not skiing. No, it's cold. Oh my God, you know. So, but I guess that's all they really do now is they just go home and they lock themselves in the room and they stare at screens. so it won't be no different. It's just what's outdoors. But I'm hoping they're going to find the right guy. He's out there somewhere, and they're going to want to actually start enjoying what Montana has to offer, because Montana's beautiful, even in the winter.
I'm still in the
He
pizza
still has
french
to learn
fries
the
phase.
pizza french fries. Anyways, so for sure we will be skiing a couple days. Don't know for sure. Would like to go and do some ice skating. Possibly they flood an area up there for you to go ice skating.
I ain't ice
Flood
skating.
an area up there for you to go
I'll
ice
bust my
skating.
ankles.
Aside from that, we're going to be doing Christmas, so we'll have gifts and stuff going on up there. And then we're just going to kind of play it by ear, I think. We talked about, of course, we'll go out on the property a time or two, check everything out there while it's covered in snow. We'll probably bring up the four-wheelers, I would assume, and go right out there a little bit.
Yeah. One or two of us might be buying snowmobiles.
Oh, really? With what budget?
I'm not saying me.
Oh, you said two of us, so.
I said one or two of us.
Okay.
Multiple snowmobiles might be purchased. I don't know. Mm-hmm. One at least.
Let's see.
As long as they don't back out.
Quentin's got other plans, apparently.
I'm looking forward to waking up to lots of snow,
Right.
so I can get a bucket and
No,
bring it
no.
inside and dump it on them while they're sleeping.
We'll dump it on you.
That's fine.
So far as like the actual trip, it could turn into something where we end up doing some work. I don't know. For sure, we'll set aside some time to kind of plan out what we want the townhouse to be, work on the floor plan, because we have to finalize that here pretty soon if we're going up in March to actually start building. But yeah, it's kind of just going to be hopefully a take it easy. I mean, it's going to be a little different this year because we are staying in the townhouse, so you're not really going to have a really cool like hangout space. It's just kind of there, but
You don't think the hotel will be a thing by then?
not likely. And even if it is, I don't know that's going to be something you want to stay in.
I don't know how much of it we're supposed to be sharing.
Yeah, right?
Why?
Because it's not official.
Everything's not for sure.
Per usual, I cannot confirm or deny any situations.
Exactly.
Okay, and what
So
happens then?
we're not gonna say stuff that's not for
What
sure.
happens then? Like you say it and it doesn't happen, then what? Who's somebody gonna kill you?
Yeah.
So in other words, it's
No, you just recreate it on the next YouTube video. Plans changed.
Right. Well,
Do you not remember the
Plans said.
I just can't get a word in edgewise. I can't get a word in. It's like, blah, 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 blah. I mean, once again, I hear what they're saying. There's still things happening. I mean, everything Mandy just said we're probably doing is like now a secondary or a third dairy or whatever that would be. I mean, we've got other things that have popped up now. A lot of the girls are moving to Montana. Pretty much, I mean, they'll be visiting a little bit, but we're moving. We're going to be looking at probably getting them. So they're going to get their own apartment in Billings. All of this is new now. It's like we're moving to Anaconda, but hey, let's do a quick little move to Billings first. But there's stuff going on that we'll be able to share with you guys. I don't really want to do it quite yet. So Cassie is correct, Mandy or whoever. There's some stuff going, but until it happens, I don't want to talk about it. But as of right now, I can tell you that Cassie, Rachel, and Stephanie are probably going to be getting their own place in the Laurel Billings area. So that's different, just for a while. Then we're going to Anaconda. So,
Do you remember the first Brewster? What the plans were for it?
Yeah.
It was a freaking truck.
and
And before that, it was a storage container.
no, it was 2 storage containers.
Yeah.
Exactly, so it doesn't matter.
It matters.
Your point was irrelevant.
Okay.
Rude.
So tell us about
Currently, we're
taking off a
considering
dirty
placing an
bandit.
offer on a motel in Anaconda, which is where we will be staying. while
Already
building
at the
our-
hotel.
It's a motel.
Yeah, that's the song. It says Hotel Motel. I swear to God. It's by Pitbull.
your holiday.
Yeah.
Anyway, and then the plan is we'll be staying there while we're building / remodeling the
Townhouse.
townhouse.
If we get the motel. Or building, Dad's work building.
So you want to come just live in our motel with us? Leave a comment. We've got plenty of room.
If
We don't
that
own it.
happens.
It's not our motel.
Yeah,
It's
don't
not
matter
for sure
now.
our
And
motel
if-
yet. It's not even
If we
100.
get it.
It's not even 100% that we're putting in an offer yet.
Yeah, it's just up in the air. Everything's
So
in the air.
we
We
may
don't know.
put an offer.
We may put an offer at a motel.
Yes.
Possibly getting a motel. There is a motel for sale in the area. And then there's one other property we're looking at. We're just trying to find a good location to set up a brewster at in Anaconda. We want it to have easy access. It's on a busy road. So both of those locations are proving to be a good option. It depends if we can negotiate a price we're happy with.
That's accurate.
And we're just also looking for a place to kind of live while we renovate the townhouse. We're just deciding it's not super, what's the word I'm looking for? Not easy, but that's another word, but convenient, or however you want to word it, but it's not practical. That's the word I'm looking for.
I think you should like have a dictionary episode where Mandy just like explains words to us.
Not practical for us to live in the townhouse while we try to renovate, because for us to properly renovate everything, we have to tear down all the inside like siding and drywall, plaster, so we can get plumbing and electrical all the way down to the basement. So for us to be living in that's probably not the most practical situation. So we were trying to come up with another solution. Depending on which location we get, either one I believe is going to require a little bit of fix up, kind of put a band-aid on it so we can live there.
Right now, Quentin is looking at her like I think the rest of America is probably looking at us. He's like, are you even speaking English? What are you guys doing? Does this make sense to anybody?
We got a lot of stuff to do to that. Only thing that's 100% I think is that we're going to be building apartment type areas in the top half of it for us to live in. Downstairs, it's been said that it's going to be our roasting facility.
Arcade.
Then
It said it might be a
Rachel
restaurant.
wants
That's
it.
the basement.
So many
Rachel-
things has changed.
She wants an arcade. Other people are saying maybe we do
A
restaurant, a
Museum.
type area with all of our,
Rachel wants an
you
arcade.
know,
These are my business partners. So the good news is they all have very, very, very big opinions, but they fold so easy. So I mean, I don't know about this arcade of what she's speaking about. I don't want the coffee roaster there, but I'll put it there if we have to. It was part of the original plan, but I'd like to have it at a separate location just because of the smell and just the whole process. It would fit a whole lot better to have that be someplace else. But I'll let them finish, I guess. But it's not gonna the arcade. I don't get the arcade when that was ever discussed.
story of
So
our-
this could be anything. I'm just saying.
We don't
He's
know
saying
yet.
because, like, if we have business partners come visit, like, we can show them the backstory. But don't you think they'd rather play in an arcade? And I'm just saying, like, it doesn't, like...
Okay, but what would
Some
you
people
rather
would rather than
your
other stuff. though.
future business partners to know?
What do you mean?
How to play a video game
Yes.
or the
Or have
backstory of the
fun.
business they're going to be a part of.
It'll lighten them up before the
Do
serious
lighten
stuff.
them up.
We gotta make room for both.
Yeah, there's still no set plans.
Maybe
We
you can
haven't-
put one in the motel. Mandy and Dad might have set plans, but we're not a part of this.
We're just the fun.
I don't know why.
We're not part of what?
We're bad children, that's why.
We're going to renovate the townhouse, and then once we're done with the townhouse, we're then going to go back and renovate whatever space it is that we did get. It will differ depending on whether it's the motel or the other. If it's the motel, we're going to kind of turn it into a little Airbnb type place. If it's the other property, it'll probably turn into either our commercial kitchen in Anaconda, so we're our roast kitchen and kind of our commissary. So it just depends on which property we get. And then eventually we'll make it out to the actual land and we'll build Dad's shop and our actual houses. But that's probably 2 or 3 years down the road at this moment. But like I say, it's subject to change.
I don't understand why Quentin is here.
Our commissary.
Quentin, say something.
The shop's probably sooner than that.
Depends on if we get one of those buildings. Quentin don't know. He's just here to do whatever we say. Hey, we're doing this now, and he just says okay.
I'm sorry, Quentin. You're stuck. You're stuck with us now, man.
At this point, I think he's no longer surprised. I think it's just It is what it is. Because
Yeah.
he thought we were joking when we talked about the motel. He thought Dad was just, oh, there's a motel for sale. Like, we're not actually going to buy it. But now I think he's actually Dad's liking the idea of the hotel over the other property now. So, you know.
Yeah, I'm not going to add anything to this because there's just too much in the air. Wait until we get there. I'll wait till we get there. I'll look it over.